刘培元的英文教室知识阅读篇第108集，我们回顾一下凯撒琳赫本，因为前面都讲过了所以这边只是念一下增加记忆你也可以当作听力练习欢迎赞助，请分别订阅我的15个 YouTube 频道凯撒琳赫本倒是经典有名的老牌明星美国人1907年出生，现在活着的话超过100多岁了他的外号呢就是电影的好莱坞的第一夫人，或者伟大的凯特Catherine 有时候简称 Kathy Kate 都有，身高172算高了。 Trademark plain, strong, independent women with minds of their own. Often wore slacks instead of dresses, decades before it became fashionable for women to do so. Distinctive way of speaking. Frequently worked with Cary Grant, Spencer Tracy, and George Cukor. The recognizable angular features. A strong, outspoken personality年轻的时候他不是顶漂亮，可是五官有棱有角，最主要是他这个很有特色，这个性格很分明非常有个性所以好莱坞明星呢，你要么就是俊男美女要么就是个性很有那个魅力当然也要人捧这老了80几岁也还好，看起来还好。有的人老的不像话他的脸上其实皱纹蛮多的，可是看起来还好，因为他五官很分明当然有人觉得她很漂亮每个人的品味，每个眼光不同。Catherine Herban was born on May 12, 1907 in Hartford, Connecticut, to a suffragist and a doctor who both always encouraged her to speak her mind, develop it fully, and exercise her body to its full potential. An athletic tomboy as a child, she was very close to her brother Tom. At 14, she was devastated to find him dead, the apparent result of accidentally hanging himself while practicing a hanging trick their father had taught them. For many years afterward, she used his November 8th birthday as her own. She became shy around girls her age and was largely schooled at home. She did attend Bryn College, where she decided to become an actress, appearing in many of their productions. After graduating, she began getting small roles in plays on Broadway and elsewhere. She always attracted attention, especially for role in Art and Mrs. Bottle. She finally broke into stardom when she toured the starring role of Amazon Princess Antiope in The Warrior's Husband. The inevitable film offers followed. After making a few screen tests, she was cast in The Belle of Divorcement, opposite John Barrymore. The film was a hit, and after agreeing to her salary demands, RKO signed her to a contract. She made 5 films between 1932 and 1934. For her third Morning Glory, she won her first Academy Award. Her fourth Little Woman was the most successful picture of its day. But stories were beginning to leak out of her haughty behavior off-screen and her refusal to play the Hollywood game, always wearing slacks and no makeup, never posing for pictures or giving interviews. Audiences were shocked at her unconventional behavior instead of applauding it. And so when she returned to Broadway in 1934 to star in The Lake, the critics panned her, and audiences who first bought up tickets soon deserted her. When she returned to Hollywood, things didn't get much better. For the period 1934 to 1938, she had only 2 hits, Alice Adams, which brought her second Oscar nomination, and Stacey Dorr, The many flops included Breaks Her Heart, Sylvia Scarlett, Muriel Scarland, Quality Street, and a new classic Brina Baby. With so many flops, she came to be labeled box office poison. She decided to go back to Broadway to star in the Philadelphia story, then was rewarded with a smash. She quickly bought the film rights and so was able to negotiate her way back to Hollywood on her own terms, including her choice of director and co-stars. The film version of Philadelphia Story was a box office hit, and Herbin, who won her third Oscar nomination for the film, was bankable again. For her next film, Woman of the Year, she was paired with Spencer Tracy, and the chemistry between them lasted for 8 more films, spanning a course of 25 years, and the romance that lasted that long off-screen. She received her 4th Oscar nomination for the film. The films included very successful Alice Rep, Pat, Mike, and Jessica Set. With African Queen, Urban moving to middle-aged spinster roles, receiving her 5th Oscar nomination for the film. She played more of those types roles throughout the 50s and won more Oscar nominations for many of them, including her roles in Summertime, The Rainmaker, and Only Last Summer. Her film roles became fewer and farther between in the 60s as she devoted her time to her alien partner Spencer Tracy. But one of her film appearances in the decade and Long Day's Journey into Night to receive her 9th Oscar nomination. After the 5 years absence from films, she then made a guest who's coming to dinner. Her last film was Tracy, and the last film Tracy ever made. He died just weeks after finishing it. It garnered her 10th Oscar nomination and her 2nd win. The next year she did The Lion Winter, which brought her 11th Oscar nomination and 3rd win. In the 1970s, she returned to making made-for-TV films with a glass menagerie, Love and Mind Ruins, at a quiet screen. She still continued to make an occasional appearance in feature films, such as Rose to Coburn with John Wayne and On Golden Pound with Henry Fonda. This last brought her 12th Oscar nomination and 4th win. The latter currently is still a record for an actress. She made more TV films in the 1980s and wrote her autobiography, Me, in 1991. Her last feature film was Love Affair with Warren Beatty and Anita Bening, and her last TV film was One Christmas. With her health declining, she retired from public life in the mid-90s. She died at 96 at her home in Old Saybrook, Connecticut. 这是伟大的明星，我们回顾到这里啊。我有15个 YouTube 频道啊，15个各自独立的，各有不同难度跟实用性，大家参考一下啊。最好是按15个订阅啊。这集回顾到这里。